Hey you guys, this is Sasha on Simply Sasha, where we talk about healthy living as a working mom with 2 little boys. And today is another weekly setup. So yes, I'm in my favorite location, which is DECOR. I just pulled up to Target trying to find some storage solutions to transform the boys' homeschooling / play area. My children are about to be 18 months and I have a 3-year-old, and we do split shifts. So my husband has them in the morning and I have them in the evening. I am an educator, and just because the cost of daycare is through the roof, you guys, through the roof where we live, we're talking about like I could pay 2 mortgages with as much as they would want a month for daycare. We just made the conscious decision to keep them at home. Anyway, for those of you who've been following my channel, you already know this information. I wanted to find some solutions to our toy chaos and just more structure so they understand what educational time looks like versus play. I have been looking on Pinterest. We had a school daycare that Josiah went to for 2 years, so that gave me some ideas. So now I'm just hoping to fit some of the pieces together so that I can make this space work. So even though we are on a budget plan, I have budgeted at like a different amount for the boys setup because it's really important to get that going before we get too far into the year, really just to help with that academic component. And it's really pressing for me and my husband just to have that space together. So I'm heading into Target, maybe Dollar Tree. I might have to go to Walmart. I'm hoping not, just to get some things finalized. So I hope you guys are excited, and let's get started on this transformation. See, this is on sale. I believe they're talking about this one, which is super nice and solid, and it has huge bins. The problem is these bins are so stinking expensive. Like they're on sale for 10, and even if I want 3, we're almost around 90 bucks after tax. So I'm trying to look at the size and see if maybe perhaps I could just purchase that one in white, and find some cheaper storage bins somewhere else. So I showed this last week. This is the cheaper option, but the problem with that is it's 11-inch storage bins, which means it's smaller, and you can tell that the plywood is just thinner and cheaper. So I'm really trying to make a good decision on getting that space together so it's going to be the most beneficial for us in our home. So I'm here at Walmart and I'm looking for these storage cubes, not the 4-inch ones. I'm looking for the 6-cube ones because that's $50 for 4 cubes, and even though that's a decent size, that's not really what I want. So I'm hoping I can find the 6-cube one by Maystaying. I might have to go ask them, is it in the back? Because I'm not seeing it. But yeah, I'm pretty much just went to Walmart to see what my options are in terms of being more efficient, because some of this stuff is just okay, I think I found it. It's right here. So this looks like it's the cubes. I need to ask what size storage bins it fits. So let me look and grab some information so I can update. I went ahead and got the 9-cube whites and these storage bins. I'm not going to do 13-inch. I'm going to do, since I have 9 of them, I'm doing the 11-inch ones. I went with gray. I was only able to find 3 of them, but the main one I wanted was this one for the center cube because I like the design. So I still need to find another one of these. And then I would like to find a gray rug. And I'm thinking about going with, where is it? This darker gray one right here for 20 bucks. Again, I knew this was about to be around a 200-buck project, but I would really like this home school space defined and done. So all in all, this Walmart trip was less than 100 bucks. It was $93 and some change. I'll make sure I total everything out. I know when I was searching, I was looking for people to give breakdowns, financial breakdowns, because again, this is an investment since our kids are little, and I mentioned before that we don't qualify for like reduced or free Head Start, so Josiah wouldn't be able to go to school for at least 2 more years. And so what I'm striving to do, and my husband and I together, is just have an environment where we can still educate our kids, but it has more structure and will help transition them when they do go into school. So we knew this was an investment. It was something I thought about, but it just wasn't the right time. And now Josiah is gotten through a lot of the curriculum that we've done, of course, the counting, the numbers. We are working on the writing the name and being able to identify as well as write letters is our next journey. So we wanted a space that could be more hands-on, and we don't have a separate room. I mean, we could get rid of our guest room, but that didn't feel necessary at the time, and my office space is not insulated, as I've talked about before, so we didn't want to use that. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to how the overall project is going to turn out. I'm hoping it's something that they'll be able to grow with. So I spent a little bit of time, and that's why I spent more money just to work on the aesthetic appeal, and really make sure that it's something that can flow with the room as we transition as a family and our kids get bigger. So that was really important. I wanted to make sure that I said that, because sometimes these videos are all over the place that I watch, and I'm like, how much did you spend? Did you already have it? Did you repurpose items? So you'll see me do some repurposing, things like that, changing the layout of our family room so it can work as a better educational space. But I'm super excited, and I'm looking forward to the final results. So stay tuned. Alright, so I've got all the toys out to try to work on this area. Like, they're everywhere. I got my helpers who are really unhelping. The toys over here, like this toy, put this back. That's going to Goodwill, baby. We don't use that. It's getting donated. So these items over here, this table, this magic suitcase, that pirate ship, going to trash, going to Goodwill or Once Upon a Child. This might be going. That hula hoop is going in the trash. Kids always want to play with stuff that they don't look at, but they never play with that, ever. So now that I've got this trunk empty, and as you see, it's got a lot of room, I want to store the bigger toys that we don't use all the time in here, and that's going to go back in this corner. So I'm about to clean out that corner and move that over there and kind of get that transitioned. If it'll break that easily, then that means that wood is too thin.
Yeah, imagine what it would do if you got something on it.
So it's just, sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
That wood in the pre-cut probably already had it stripped, and then who knows how long it's been sitting there. So thanks, babe, for trying. Back to the store it goes. So I'm back at Walmart. There's the taped up box that we're returning. I did find another storage cube that's plastic, easier to assemble. Found it on Amazon. So I messaged my sister, say, hey sis, can you Amazon Prime this for me? I think she still has my information. That way it gets here by tomorrow, because I just don't want to deal with that hassle with wood. Because if it's got pre-cut holes in it, which most of them do, sometimes the wood is just damaged and you don't know it until you get it home and take it out of the box. And that's the annoying part when you're just trying to do like storage. Yes, it looks really nice, don't get me wrong. However, the big however for me is it's just you don't know, and it takes a long time to assemble. And stuff like this, like having to go back to the store and return it, and they didn't have another one. This is the last one there, if I didn't mention that. So it's just irritating because I had my mind and heart set, and now like the room is not done, and I've already taken apart how it was stored. So woosah. But such is life. These are what happens. You can plan, but this is real life, and sometimes how you plan just doesn't work out. So I'm gonna go return it, get my money back, and hopefully get in touch with my sister so she can order and it can be here tomorrow. All right, you guys, it is day 2, and the package came from Tom Care. We ordered it through Amazon. It was a little less than $40, so it worked out. I've gone to work. Mondays are always a little bit tiring, and I decided to do a dry fast, meaning I did not have any food and or consume any water. I just showered and brushed my teeth for almost 20 hours, so I'm eating now. Anyway, you guys, now that I have it, I'm going to go ahead and assemble it, start sorting through the toys and everything, and try to get that going, because I already know me. It's hitting on 5 o'clock. I'm going to be tired and ready to just get this project underway. So I'm hoping to make a good amount of I'm hoping to make a good amount of progress in the next 2.5 hours, so I can have everything done, know what I'm donating, know what I'm trying to resell, and just go for there. So let's go ahead and jump back into the fun of cleaning this room. So one thing I do, which is why I'm kind of stopping to show you guys, is I look at my space. I want to black out the section that's dedicated to being the play area, and I used a large rug that I got at Walmart, and that kind of gives me the filler of how I want things laid out, so it's easy accessible and like a Montessori feel, and then kind of add things in. So notice the storage cube that I put together does not have things filled in there, but I do want to see like having things up high, like Caleb grabbing for that might not be the best area to put it, and just kind of get a filler for how the kids would use it on a daily basis. So I know the room still looks a hot mess, but some progress has been made. Some things have been thrown away. It's just finishing organizing and getting the big items out and start getting the little items in their final location and throwing away everything. So might not look the greatest, but progress is being made. So over here, the blue chest is covered by a red tablecloth. I just put some decorative items on there that can easily be removed and put back on when we're getting big toys out of there, which will probably be once or twice a week. So that was a nice way to kind of disguise it and blend it in with the furniture. And then move over here with the actual homeschool setup. So I switched the chair over there to that side. It's easy for stories and us to be able to supervise what they're doing. And this table, sorry, the furnace just kicked on. Got the little broom. This table is a whiteboard table, so you can actually draw on it. So I've got things stored in here. Crayons and pencil cases are stored in the inside. Over on the other side, I've got their color pencils, glue sticks, coloring books, and drawing books to practice names and things like that. So this area was the most work. I got this plastic storage cube shelf on Amazon. I really loved it. I will link it in the description down below. I felt like it's really sturdy and easy to put together instead of a wood one. And it fit all the toys and everything very nicely. So of course I've got the balls up here in the container. In this mini container in between them, I've got some baby toys just in case there's a little kid that ever comes over here, which is not likely, but I'd rather be prepared, so I didn't get rid of all of them. This is like blocks and things that go, their little musical instruments, the little numbers that go with this, and building blocks, educational things. I put them in there, and Josiah wanted to keep the balloons. Down here, we've got action figures and pieces to his PJ Masks that he got for his birthday. So I just kept all those little action figure pieces in this basket. His little dress-up plate, didn't want to get rid of that. Of course, we're WWE fans, so he likes to keep his World Heavyweight Championship out. And we just put a few books on here because we keep most of the books upstairs. They got this as a Christmas gift. This is building block, which is why that table will work out nicely. You can do blocks. One of their cars I left out just for aesthetic reasons. I liked it. Down to the next shelf in here. All the cars, sorry, I'm not trying to be too close. All the cars are in this storage bin. In the center storage bin, I just got a couple toys. I've got room for more that they have upstairs in their room. But once I do their weekly cleaning, some of the big toys will come back down here because I try not to let too many toys accumulate upstairs. This one is more of Caleb's toys. As you see, it's for littler kids, 2 and under. It's a little bouncy ball, xylophone, things that smaller kids play with, as well as in this tote, little action figures and things by Play School and interactive books. So Caleb plays with those 2 bins more. I set out some of the buses just because it's easy to sit there, and the longer toys I have up against the wall because they didn't really have a appropriate location, so that worked. So yeah, everything's nice and neat and has a location. I do have things stored in here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The information on all the items that I mentioned, to where I got the table from, the rug, and the cube storage will all be linked down in the description below. Please give this video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. I've really enjoyed kind of showing you how I've been reorganizing and revamping our home. Stay tuned for next week as I have another one where I'm going through my clothes after losing so much weight. By the way, if you haven't checked out my weight loss video, that playlist is also down below, and I'll link it in the iCards above. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until the next time, bye.
Perfect.